Yo guys, what's going on? My name is HackingIsFreedom and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to install custom firmware on your PS3. So there's a few things we're going to need to start off before we do this. The first requirement is a PS3 console that is compatible with this exploit. I'll have a more detailed list of compatible systems in the description, but the Super Slim system is not compatible with this whatsoever. The second thing you'll need is an internet connection to your PS3. You sadly cannot do this offline. The third thing is obviously a PC, and the fourth being a USB drive. Any size really, but I'd suggest at least 4 GB or more. Make sure you also format this USB to FAT32 or the PS3 won't be able to find it. Once we have all that, let's pop in our FAT32 USB and double check that we're on 4.90 firmware. Next, we'll want to go to the Network tab and click on Internet Browser. After that, press triangle, go to Tools, and head over to Delete Cookies. Press triangle again and delete search history. We're basically deleting everything here just to be safe. Not deleting any of these could make the exploit fail. Click triangle again and click on search and type in ps3toolset.com. Click on the top once it loads. You can also just type in www. before the PS3 toolset and it'll load right to the page, but it really doesn't matter. Once this page loads up, it'll ask you to run a plugin. Always say yes to this or you'll have a really bad time. When you get to this screen here, your PS3 should beep, meaning the toolset has loaded correctly and you're ready to continue. Once you click on OK, you'll want to go to the top and click on System Manager. It should load up in a few seconds. Make sure you see a green check mark here. If you don't, do not continue with this. Your PS3 just can't accept custom firmware. Now this step is completely optional, but it's a good idea to do this. Click on Flash Memory, then click on Save Flash Memory Backup. You want to save this to your USB. This will create a backup of your system's NAND or NOR chip if anything goes seriously wrong with this setup. Now that we have our backup, we can close this, take out our USB drive, and head over to the PC. Okay, now that we're at the PC, plug in your USB drive and open it. You should see a file on it called dump.hex. This is our backup. Now you'll need this jailbreak folder from the description. Open the Pi PS3 checker folder and drag and drop your dump file on the file that says drag and drop here. Let this run. You shouldn't get any errors, and if you do, I suggest to reinstall your current firmware, then redo this dump process. Once you see no errors, this means you have a clean dump. You can delete the dump.check log if you want, and copy your dump into a safe spot of your PC. I just put mine in a folder with the system's model number, but you can put yours wherever you want. And we're done with the backup. Next, while we're here, grab the package files I've supplied and any other ones you want and put them on the root of your USB. You'll also want to grab the pup from the EvilNot folder. You can copy this file itself or just copy the whole PS3 folder. I already had the directory made, so once this finishes, you can remove your USB and head back to the PS3. Okay, now that we're back at the PS3, plug in your USB and head back to the Network tab and go to Internet Browser. Press triangle, click on Search and type in PS3 Toolset again. Click the top one and say yes. You'll hear the beep again. Close this. Click on System Manager. And now this time go down to Flash Memory Patch and click on Load Patch via HTTP. Once that's done, you can close it and head back to Flash Memory Patch again, but this time we're going to be clicking on Apply Loaded Patch. Select Yes, and don't touch your PS3. Messing up anything here could break your system. It may look like at times your PS3 is frozen, but trust me, it isn't. Just let it do its thing. Once that's finished, you can close down this window and close down the internet browser completely. You now need to restart your PS3. I suggest turning it off by the X and B menu. Once your PS3 turns back on, make sure your USB device is still connected. Head over to Settings, then System Update, then click on Update via Storage Media. It should find the custom firmware that we transferred earlier. Now, if you guys get this exact error message, don't be alarmed. Just unplug your USB charger. Once you do, it should work fine and bring you into the installation process. When you're at this stage, just sit back and let it install. Once your PS3 boots back up, you should notice the custom text in the startup screen, and you should see a bunch of new features on the X and B menu. Congratulations, you're now on custom firmware. Okay, now that we have custom firmware, we want to install some homebrew. First things first, go to the Game tab, go to Package Manager, click on Install Package Files, then Standard. Choose any file you want. For this quick tutorial, I'm only going to be showing you Multiman and Webman, so we'll install Multiman first. All of your package files will end up here when they're installed. Next up, we're going to install Webman. First thing we'll want to do is go to Settings, scroll all the way down until you find Theme Audio, and disable it. You can keep it on if you really want, but it does get very annoying and sometimes it could cause lag. Multiman can do a ton of stuff. There's many in-depth tutorials on YouTube if you need help with anything. Hold down L1 while launching the app to install the full version. There's a lot of things that Webman can do, so I'm not going to explain them all here. I'm just going to show you a little bit. When your PS3 loads back up, you should notice the Webman notification in the top right corner. If you're noticing your fan jump in speed after installing Webman, just follow what I do here. Go to Custom Firmware Tools, Fan Tools, then click on the setting that just says Syscon. You can also use other settings here if you prefer your fan speed at a faster speed. In the basic tools section, there's actually a few more helpful things, like checking your console's temperature, checking your current fan speed, and dumping your ID PS and PS IDs. Well, that's all I have. I hope this helped you guys out, and I hope it was easy to follow. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.